Hello everyone, my name is Raven Shadowhawk and you're listening to Smut with Brains, my chance to chat with you about all the things that interest me as an author of erotic fiction. Please be aware this podcast will often contain sexual content, some of it explicit, and that I occasionally swear. Okay, I swear a lot, what can you do? But if you're happy with that and not already running for cover, slip into your most comfy clothes, join me between the sheets and settle in for a super smexy ride. Yes, hello everybody, welcome! I am Raven Shadowhawk, your smexy host for the duration of this episode 25 of Smut with Brains. Woohoo! It is Tuesday, the 27th of June, 2017 as I record this, and yes, I realise therefore that I am a little bit late. Oopsie. I no excuses. I can't give you any excuses. I can't remember the last day I had in this house completely on my own, giving me quiet space in which to record. So yeah, I'm kind of recording now with the kids in bed and the Funkmaster out, hoping I'll be able to put an episode together for you before something else goes wrong. I still don't have a kitchen, today the wall units went up, so I've been able to put plates and mugs and cups and, bowls and like some tin stuff back into the kitchen. So the living room's looking less shit, for want of a better word. But it's still a far cry from being finished. The tiles still need grouting and the surface edges need finishing off, and there's another unit to go on the other side of the cooker, and just make it over. I'm so ready for it to be done. I don't know when I last cooked a decent meal, like a proper meal that wasn't like a stir fry, because that's easy. You just shove everything in a wok and then just mix it around and shit, and then suddenly you're done, No, haven't been able to do anything more complex than that for 3 weeks. This is now 3 freaking weeks, and if you can't tell, I'm going slightly insane. Yeah, so apologies, I'll make those now. This episode is probably going to be somewhat shorter than the others because I'm tired, guys. I'm tired, and I am right on the verge of making myself feel better with a ridiculous amount of chocolate. In an effort to avoid that, I've actually, what is this? A strawberry and vanilla. Yeah, I've got a strawberry and vanilla fake cornetto thing. The multi-packs that you get from Tesco's. I've got one of those. And yes, I am unwrapping it now. Yes, I'm going to eat it now. Don't judge me. And I'm not even going to edit this out. Nope. I'm just going to eat it while I talk to you, because it will make me feel better. That's bloody good as well. Do you know what? I probably should edit this out. Because when I'm eating something as good as this, it sounds like I'm doing something else. Never mind. It is Smut with Brains, right? It would be weird if it wasn't being at least a little bit dirty. Oh my god. That's amazing. Strawberry and chocolate and vanilla. Anyway, guys, what has been happening this week? Well, I tell you what, more of the bloody same. You shouldn't be surprised by that. It's getting closer to chocolate. It's getting closer to Ileandra's deadline. In fact, you know what? The deadline is Friday. And she is, how many now? 1, 2. I think she's something like 5 or 6 chapters away from the end. And bearing in mind that all of her chapters, they don't work like mine. They're irregular lengths. So, one might be 300 words, one might be 2,000, So she hasn't actually got much left to do, and it's now Tuesday. But once she's finished this pass of edits, she'll need to go back through it again and read aloud to pick up anything that's a bit peculiar. So she's getting there, but she's still got a way to go. So that leaves me still floating in the freaking air. Ice cream. It also means we haven't been out much. I'm trying to think what we did last week, but we pretty much just stayed in this house with the fitter doing the kitchen. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think I have a dentist again. Oh, remember I told you about my my fillings on my tooth? Well, the filling that got fucked up apparently isn't fucked up. It's still there. It's just the stuff that she put on top of it to protect the filling over the root has, I don't know, I've probably eaten it. Who can tell? It's in my mouth. But there is now like a hole in that tooth that I can feel every time I eat something, and it's made that area really sensitive. So this ice cream. While this ice cream is really nice, it's actually quite a painful experience if I tried to eat on the right side of my mouth. It's not fair, but it tastes so good. I'm so disgusting. Sorry guys, not sorry. So yeah, I don't think I did anything. I did do, that's it. DSB's mum came by. So that was quite nice. She came by on the Saturday, so we got to see her, spent some time with the Sproglings, and then on the Saturday we went to this really cool vintage fair thing at the Abbey pumping station. We went there a couple of years ago, actually. It's still really cool. If you imagine, well, start from the top. The Abbey pumping station is pretty much where the sewage used to get pumped in Leicester in the 1800s, something like that. Blah. History, not my thing. Not people history anyway. Earth history, I can do. People history, not so much. Anyway, the pumping station was what sorted out all the sewage. Now it's a museum, and it's filled with all these vintage cars and steam trains and these steam roller thingies and old buses. That's what this event was about. And it was just so cool. And they had one of the one side of the station actually running so people could see, and these pistons and the big spinny wheel thing. This is my technical knowledge coming in now, folks. It's just, I remember standing there and feeling really freaking small. And I remember thinking, okay, back before computers, before calculators, before all that stuff that we take for granted to make shit that we do easier or possible at all, people in this city built this giant monstrosity of cogs, wheels and wood, and it did a bloody good job of what it was doing for the time, you know, taking sewage away from the houses so they didn't stink of shit. It's amazing, and I love it to bits. Melty ice cream. Do you know what, guys? One day I think I might just do a video of me eating an ice cream, because I imagine it looks completely horrific. I've got it all around my mouth. Oh God. Anyway, yeah, so that was my week. But what about the working week? Let's see, shall we? Mark it on the calendar. Tick it off the list. Work complete. Yeah, that's sweet. Here's my to-do list. You get the gist. Okay, so I actually had a few things on my list this week, if I'm remembering correctly. One of those was watching Secretary, which I did do. Hooray! Man, that film is awesome. I forgot how awesome it is. I like James Spader anyway. I'm sure I've told you this many times in the past now, but oh my God, very, very talented man, and very, very, very good. And Maggie Gyllenhaal. I mean, that's the other thing I did this week. I watched the whole Dark Knight trilogy over 2 nights. There were good nights, but too many nights of not sleeping enough because I'm going to bed at 1:30. Maggie Gyllenhaal. Anyway, yeah, it's good, and I'm also quite pleased that the stuff I remembered from the film to go into breaking Noose was actually quite accurate. That scene with the spanking and the very subtle, adorable pinky finger, it was actually 48 minutes in, and I wrote it was 40. So, I'll take that. That's fine. I think my memory's okay, So, yeah. Oh, dear. I think I did quite well. What else was on my list today? That's a good question. More breaking news. Now, considering that I've just bitched about Ileandra for about 5 minutes, I still got a fair amount done. I'm still just trying to keep ahead of what I'm reading, which is fine, and I've actually done that. It's good. I think I wrote this down, 798 words. Hooray! So yeah, it's not a complete bust, I'm still doing things, which is good. And the other thing I wanted to do was do a bit more of the background admin for my new video. Well, given that the house has been full all week and the fitter has been here, even though I thought he was going to be leaving on the Wednesday or Thursday, no such luck, I haven't been able to test things the way I wanted. I did do a kind of sort of test run. Don't get too excited, guys. What I mean is I sort of set out the camera in the kitchen to see if I could find a decent recording position for the camera where I would be able to sit at the table with space underneath it. It wasn't a live rehearsal or anything. I wouldn't do that. It's going to be completely fresh for you guys. Completely fresh. But yeah, I can't make it work. I don't know if it's because my skin's so dark and the kitchen is currently so white, but I couldn't get the colour balance right. So I just looked like this washed out green swamp monster. And I thought, you know what? I don't consider myself a vain person, but I don't want to put a video of myself on the internet doing what I'm planning to be doing where my face looks green. So I've put that to one side and I'll try again when everything's finished and I'm able to bring some lights into the kitchen maybe, or even in the living room because the light's slightly better in there. It's warmer, It's brighter in the kitchen, but it's also cold light, It's not very intimate, which this video is obviously going to be. The other thing I did this week, work-wise, which I didn't even include in my last week's kind of list of things to do, was send my bloody newsletter. Ice cream. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, I send this newsletter out 4 times a year, so once a quarter. And it's pretty much just updates on what's going on in the writing world with me, upcoming projects. It's kind of what you guys get, but a condensed quarterly version. What I also do is occasionally send out free books or free snippets, depending on what I'm working on, and also codes to pick up other books for free. If that's something that you're interested in, or if you want to be involved with my bed buddies are a section of the mailing list who work with me in the background of each release I do. They actually receive free copies of everything I write because they are, I suppose they're my, what's after beta? Alpha, beta, gamma? Gamma? They're my C readers, anyway, whatever it is. So once I've gone through beta readers, once I've done my final edits, I will send it out to these people to get a final kind of, is this okay to go out into the world? This is for you, it's free. If you would be willing to write a review for me, I would love that too, but this is yours to keep. Thank you for helping me. Copy, that's how that works. I forgot the point of this story. That's it, newsletter. The ice cream is making me crazy. It's freezing my brain. Do you know what? If I wasn't talking, I'd so be finished by now because this is just so nice. And it's raining outside, but it's still really warm, so it's getting really melty. Yep, definitely going to do a video of eating ice cream. So yeah, if you're interested in that, as usual, there is a link to my newsletter at the bottom of this podcast and in the show notes. You will also find links to it on the website, which is www.ravenshadowhawk.co.uk. If you need me to sweeten the deal a bit, because I get that. Every person who joins my newsletter gets a selection of free stories anyway. What you actually get is the whole Meeting Each Other series plus the bonus story for free. The Meeting Each Other series is the very first series I wrote. It's available on Amazon, Smashwords, and all the stuff that comes out with Smashwords as well. It includes 6 teeny weeny stories plus one bonus one of 6 couples, separate but linked, and how they, well, pretty much how they get it on following a party that one of them has. Oh, someone's bringing their bin back. Oh, how about that? It's our bin. It's the Funkmaster. So we've got Vicky and Lara in there, Carol, Niall and Lynn, Bill, Eric and Morgan, Simone and Mr. Bradford, and also Malcolm. Those are the 6 main stories. And then there is a 7th one, which is only available in the omnibus version of the stories or through this newsletter offer, and that's called Lara. Yeah? So if you fancy some free stuff, follow the link down below and, get them. I'll send them to you in your email and everybody's happy. Hooray! Right. Now, guys, this is the interesting part. Can I read breaking news to you while eating this ice cream? Let's find out, shall we? Gather round, boys and girls. Raven's here and she's going to tell you a story. A sexy story. No, a smexy story. Breaking Noose, Part 1 of the Learning the Ropes series by Raven Shadowhawk. Chapter 11. I navigated away from another website and ran my fingers back through my hair. With no idea of the time, I wasn't surprised that my eyes stung with fatigue. 3 empty mugs near the neat row on the floor beside the sofa, along with an apple core, the skin of 2 oranges, and an empty yogurt pot. My fingers creaked as I flexed them, and the laptop gave another complaining bleep. When I stood to find the power cable, every muscle ached with fatigue. Well, most of them. Standing revealed, for the first time, the slickness between my legs, rubbing between my thighs. Oh God. I dashed for the bathroom and yanked my pyjamas down to investigate. Wow. Couldn't decide if I was embarrassed or surprised. I wet a flannel and wiped myself clean, thinking back to the things I'd been reading, the pictures I'd been viewing, the videos I'd been watching. But it wasn't porn, not like what Day liked to watch anyway, surely not. This was different. This was artful and beautiful, well lit, elegantly shot and skillfully put together. Wasn't it? Back in the living room, I swapped the bottom half of my pyjamas for another pair and plugged the laptop into the wall. Common sense told me to go to sleep. Sure, it was Saturday tomorrow, but if Day had her mind set on breakfast, she'd be in at 7 boiling the kettle and cooking. Instead, I sat and skimmed the header of the latest website I'd found. BDSM for Beginners. A handy how-to guide for the new dominant female. And the pictures. Complicated knots, leather cuffs, collars and spandex, all modelled by a masked man with a strong, athletic body wearing nothing but a pair of tiny, truly tiny, leather shorts. The mask covered only the top half of his face, ensuring his mouth was clear. In each of the pictures, his smile, though subtle, was unmistakable. So too was the bulge in those shorts. Occasionally, the woman would feature in the photos too, her features obscured by a feathered carnival mask. She wore matching underwear and a pair of stockings under a complicated strappy suspender belt. And heels. Very high heels. No corset, though. Near the bottom of the page, an introductory video started automatically. So you're the sort of woman fed up of coming second, of serving, of apologising, of putting the interests of men constantly above your own. Then this is the site for you. My name is Mistress Lena, and this is a guide for you, the dominant female. I paused the video. Still, it didn't sound right, not like me at all. I didn't serve men or apologise all the time. Joshua perhaps, but he was my boyfriend then. Wasn't there supposed to be a bit of give and take within a relationship? An advert on the side of the page flashed femdom videos here in big bold letters of yellow and green. After a glance at the door and another over my shoulder, I followed the link to that next site. You must be 18 or over to enter, I read. Oh boy. But the curiosity was too much. I had to see. So many to choose from, dozens upon dozens of photos and videos, all featuring powerful-looking women above subservient men. The first one I dared click on began with a chorus of pleasured moans and the unmistakable sound of a whip crack. A naked man, lying on the ground, his hands bound and stretched above his head. The woman stalked around him, heels clicking, long hair swishing, slapping at his exposed chest and stomach with a long latex flogger. His ecstatic moan shot straight to my... Pussy! Snapped the woman on screen, almost naked but for a sheer negligee with tiny holes cut in for her nipples. I froze, convinced for a ridiculous moment that she'd read my mind. Is that what you want, you pathetic little man? She crouched beside him, still slapping with the flogger, though now she aimed for tails at his testicles. You want to taste my wet, juicy pussy? Say please. I leaned closer. He spoke. No, gasped. Please, miss. Yes, please, miss. Please. Let me taste your pussy. The slaps of the flogger grew louder, as did his moans. I can't hear you. Oh, please. Please, miss, I'll do anything. Please. I want your pussy. Please let me have your pussy. She grinned and tipped the flogger over her shoulder. Well, since you ask so nicely. And with that, the woman flicked one leg up and over his chest. After grinding against him for several seconds, she shuffled up and forward, onto his face. Her eyes fluttered, then slipped closed as a long, slow groan fled her lips. That's right, she said. That's right. Lick it. Lick my pussy, little boy. Lick it. Make me come all over your slutty little face. A moment later, I realised where my hand was. My fingers, flexing and pumping, froze while I tried to pull my mind together. The woman achieved her orgasm in record time, shrieking, grinding, flailing, swearing. The man beneath her trembled and moaned, still licking, always licking. When she eventually let him up for air, his face glistened with slippery moisture. And that, little boy, was adequate. Stay there. The video ended. I sat on the end of the sofa, one hand tucked inside my pyjama bottoms, and licked my lips. That was incredible. That was sexy. That was... I started the video again, bringing the laptop even closer. This time, while I worked my fingers, I focused on the man. Most of his face was lost to view behind the woman's thighs, but his moans were incredible. With every blissful exhalation, my own body pulsed and hummed with heat and desire. Faster now, I pumped my fingers in and out, using my thumb to massage my clit, all in time with the hoarsely worded orders from the woman. My breath rasped, hissing through clenched teeth. Heat spread across my groin and stomach, fanned outwards. A quick twist balanced the laptop on the arm of the sofa, freeing the other hand to grasp at my nipples. I stroked them, then pinched, a sharp tweak that startled and pleasured me. I did it again. Again. Someone was moaning, a new voice, high and shrill. Another flick of my tongue revealed it was me. My own voice, rough and ragged with pleasure. Real pleasure. I scrunched my eyes shut. No need of the laptop anymore, just the sounds, the delicious wet sounds of my own hand and the lapping from the screen. I grabbed my nipple again, twisted it. Pleasure burst within me, an avalanche that toppled me off the sofa to land in a gasping heap on top of my sleeping bag. Fuck. I opened my eyes, found myself giggling as little aftershocks of pleasure rippled through my legs and toes. Fuck. Who needs a man anyway? A loud thud came from the kitchen, followed by a curse. I scrambled up, wiping my hands dry against the leg of my pyjamas. Who's there? My words sounded more panicked than I wanted them to be, but I kept going. I have my phone. I'll call the police. I have a cricket bat. Nathan peeped around the edge of the doorframe. Hey, Shona. Oh my God. What the hell are you doing here? You're meant to be with your parents. Still he hid behind the door. I forgot my phone charger. They all use iPhones and mine is an Android, so I needed to come back for it. Then it got really late, so I thought I'd go to bed, but I needed a drink first, so... I raised my hand. How long have you been here? Half an hour, give or take, not that long. And I've been in my room, really. I didn't want to disturb you and... Oh, God, Nathan! It's okay. I didn't see or hear... I heard, but if that's what you like, then I can't judge. My friends write books about it, and... I slumped on the sofa, head in my hands. This is beyond embarrassing. Why didn't you say anything? Finally, he stepped out from behind the door. He wore day clothes and a jacket, still in shoes too. Did he really just stay in the kitchen the whole time? I didn't want to disturb you. You looked like you were having fun. Oh my God. Hey, it's okay, really. He smiled. In truth, I think it's about time you had some fun. After the week you've had, I think you deserve it. I dared to look up at him. Nathan, seriously, don't be embarrassed, please. Day is a good person, and if you're curious about this stuff, I'm sure she'll take care of you. She sorted me out well enough. What? He nodded and sat on the arm of the sofa. When I moved in here, I was single. Mostly because I was too scared to go out and meet people. They realised pretty quick what my problem was and dragged me out to every single gay bar in town. Sounds like Day. A quick grin, but it worked. This guy I'm seeing, he's so... Nathan's gaze became misty, his jaw slack. He coughed. Anyway, the point I'm making is the people important to you won't judge. And you won't learn what you like or want unless you experiment. It made sense, in an irritating sort of way. I looked again at the laptop balanced on the other end of the sofa. A still from the video filled the screen, the bound man struggling to breathe while the woman sat on his upturned face. Nathan followed my gaze. He's hot? I giggled. Yeah, he is. Probably not my type, though. He stood and made his way to the door. I don't know much about you and that other guy, but I know he treated you badly. Maybe it's time to think about yourself for once? Like you just did, but more, yeah? He walked out, leaving me staring at the laptop, thinking, planning, hoping. Cheeky News done for today. Do you know what? Reading that, I'm starting to realise that this is gonna have sex in it. Of course it is. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep reading these and posting them to YouTube. Obviously, I can lock them and say that they're age restricted, but when they get more explicit than that, because they will, I will need to think about how the hell I'm going to do this. Oopsie. Yeah, by the way, I finished the ice cream. I now have a cup of tea. That's how I roll, yo. That's how I roll. Things that make me laugh. Okay, so this week's laughing segment is an absolute bloody gem. I can't even remember where and how I found this, but oh my god, I'm glad I did. It made me so happy. Right. I'm sure you guys are now aware of the completely mental obsession with these fidget spinner things. You know, they were originally designed by a woman for her son, who I believe had ADHD or something similar, and it was just a way to keep his hands occupied and give him something to focus on so he didn't go completely nuts in various forms. Well, everybody has these things now. My kids want them, and people at their school have them. I see people spinning them in the street. Frankly, they're awesome. I kind of want one myself. However, I want one of these. It popped up in my Facebook feed, as all the fun things do, and it's from ravishly.com. That's ravishly.com. And their tagline is, because life is easier when you're not alone. Anyway, here we go. Fidget spinner butt plug. Unholy glee. Hell fucking yeah. Remember the whole decluttering trend from a couple of years ago, where we were supposed to examine everything we own and decide if it sparks joy or not? Yeah, I never did that with myself, but it is similar to how I pick topics for Rav's radar every day. I scroll through different news outlets and look for topics that spark something. Sometimes it's the sense that the information is too important not to share. Sometimes it's the outrage I feel when I read politics. And sometimes it's a sense of unholy glee that comes when I enter the term sex toy into the search field and wait for the magic to happen. And do you know what? Who is this woman? Her name is Rebecca Kushmida. Yeah, I like her. I'm going to be following her on Twitter as soon as I can. Today is an unholy glee day, my friends, so fasten your seatbelts because I am about to lay something amazing on you. Fidget spinner butt plugs. Yes, fidget spinner butt plugs. They are real and you can have one for the low, low price of $35 at the Etsy store. At the Etsy store, Glow F Yourself. I know, right? Unholy glee everywhere. And the Etsy store is actually Glow Fuck Yourself, but she's written it with an F there. And then there's a whole little comment stream here about the people Glow Fuck Yourself who made these butt plugs, and then somebody else having a conversation. I can't believe this. I'm going to keep reading. But that doesn't stop these butt plugs from completely cracking me up. And the whole Glow Fuck Yourself store is worth a browse because their collection of novelty butt plugs is really beyond compare. The golden rosary one might be my favourite, followed by the Kylo Ren lightsaber butt plug. God. Nothing is sacred and I'm here for it. So there we have it. A moment of unholy glee in a world that leaves little room for glee. You're welcome. I can't even. I haven't actually been to the store. I'm going to go have a look now actually while I'm chatting with you guys, so you can experience it along with me. I've clicked the link for the golden rosary. Oh my god. No. Oh man. Jesus Christ, golden rosary butt plug. Ride the face of Christ every time you sit down. Feel the love. Praise the booty. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh my god, there's a disco ball one. Oh, and then the symbol from a Necronomicon. That one's really cool. Okay, and then baby on board. Oh, wow, that's pretty. 27mm moonstone butt plug, medium, stainless steel, crystal healing BDSM adult toy, mature. Do you know what? Considering what it is, it's really, really pretty. Oh no, I'd never stick that in my butt. What's this? Scary clown butt plug because you put it in your butt. You know it, right, by Stephen King. It's that clown. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Oh my god, and the item descriptions are fantastic. You know what you need deep inside you? A fucking clown. That's right, they all float down here and you can do... and you can too with this small cannibal clown face butt plug. It will always brighten up your day, whether it's deep inside you, proudly displayed on your coffee table, worn around the office, hung from a necklace, or given as a gift to a loved one. Available in black silicone and stainless steel. Can't handle it. I tell you what though, these would make absolutely brilliant gag gifts. I'm so tempted to buy one and do it as a giveaway. Ha 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 ha. Come back to me on that, guys. These are amazing. Where's the other one? Oh no. Mature. The booty binky. Suckle someone you love from behind. Pacifier butt plug. Small, smooth, or ribbed steel. Are you fucking kidding? That's right, everyone. Come one, come all. Come have a little fun with your very own made-to-order booty binky butt plug. Train your partner, dominate your pet, treat your inner child, or buy a few and form a human centipede. No. Oh my god, larger sizes and bulk discounts are available. Good grief. Light up glowing dong lightsaber. I can't stop. This is amazing. It's a lightsaber penis. Oh, I'm going to spend way too much time going through this. Oh my god, do you know what? They're actually really, really, really well made. Look at that. You can't look at that. I'm going to put the link for the store, for the Etsy store, in the show notes, okay? So you can have a look at this yourself. It's amazing. Oh my god. This listing is for a custom-made, unused, light-up novelty glow dong or strap-on from Glowfuck Yourself. Each one is different and made to order. The dong itself is about 8 to 9 inches long and attached to a space saber light sword handle or mounted into a strap-on belt, allowing you to take matters into your own hands, lave a light pipe, or just night waggle it at your neighbours. Oh my god. Great for bachelor parties, strip clubs, raves, bar crawls, gag gifts, public shaming, settling disputes, enforcing your opinions, ending generation-long family feuds, seeing in the dark, chasing strangers, illuminating critters externally, leaving mushroom-shaped space bruises, and lots of other stuff. Nothing says, "Happy birthday, Mom," quite like a light-up jelly dick. Surprise your teacher, scare your mailman, confuse the hell out of your pets. This is for novelty use only, and for the love of God, don't put this inside anything living or dead for that matter. For real. Do you know what? Just for her descriptions, I want to support this woman here. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll definitely put a link in the description so you can have a look at everything she does. Do you know what? Some of this stuff is genuinely beautiful and some of it is just freaky as fuck. Glowing black light reactive butt plug. I don't think that's a good idea. No, I don't think that's a good idea. Oh dear. Anyway, I think that's enough of that now. Time to move on before I get stuck here forever. What's going on? Let me tell you now. It's all about the week ahead. My week ahead, my week ahead, my week ahead. Let me tell you about my week ahead. Are you ready now to hear about the week ahead? Okay, this week, I don't know. I can't. Considering that this podcast is late, I don't know how much time I'm going to have. That sounds a bit defeatist, doesn't it? No, Raven, be more positive. You can do the thing. The thing can be done. You will do the thing. Mostly, I'll be having a week off, so Ileandra can finish off her fucking novel and give me some space with DSB, but I will also be working ahead on Breaking Noose, 1,000 words at least. There you go. Nice and simple. Yeah? Ka-ching. Yes, folks, it's Q&A time. You ask the questions and I'll give the answers. And I will never, ever lie. Promise. Okay, Q&A, let's see. I've only got 2 questions today. That's fine. Let's see what we got here. Oh, nice easy ones-ish. Thanks, guys. Let's see. My favourite sexy movie. What? Oh, right. What's my favourite sexy movie? That shouldn't have been difficult to read. Clearly I'm tired, people. Okay. This is actually quite difficult because, well, I don't know. I'm assuming, probably wrongly, that this question is not talking about porn. If I do watch porn, it's stuff on the internet, but a sexy movie doesn't necessarily have to be filled with sex. This shouldn't be a foreign concept. Okay, given that I've just watched Secretary, that's quite high in the rankings right now, but I'm trying to think of films that I've watched over and over because I find them sexy. Probably something with vampires in. Oh, do you know what? Yeah, actually, there's 2 right up there, and they're both vampire books, unsurprisingly, based on vampire books. That's a bit of Ileandra sneaking in a bit there. Bram Stoker's Dracula, which was the one done by Francis Ford Coppola with Gary Oldman, Winona Ryder and Keanu Reeves, who refuses to age, by the way. Have you seen this guy recently? Look at him in The Matrix. Okay, Keanu Reeves, look at him in The Matrix, and then look at him in John Wick 2, which just released a little while ago. What the fuck? He's like, he's part demon or something, yeah? He's not aging. Him, right, and Philip Schofield, they're just refusing to age, and it's scary. And Will Smith, for that matter. My goodness. Anyway, yeah, that version of Dracula it's amazing. It's the closest I've ever seen the closest to the book that I've ever seen. And Gary Oldman is just godly. There's no other word for it. He is godly in that role. And oh my God, sexy as almighty hell. That man is genuinely talented actor anyway, but any film in which he does an accent, so Air Force One, oh my God, Gary Oldman and Harrison Ford, I died. But yeah, Dracula, bloody amazing. And the other one, Interview with a Vampire, it's another old one. Anne Rice wrote the book, if you don't know it, and this starred, let's see who was in it, Christian Slater, Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, Kirsten Dunst, but we're not talking about her, and Antonio Banderas. So that's that whole lineup that's a line of eye candy. That entire lineup is eye candy if you just knock off Kirsten Dunst for a bit, because she was like, I don't even know how old she was when she did the film. She must have been like 12 maybe. Didn't like her then, don't like her now. But I mean, I had a significant Brad Pitt phase, especially when he had his long hair. I think it was around the same time as Legends of the Fall as well, which I don't even remember that well anymore. I just know it was very long and that I loved it. But yeah, Brad Pitt, long hair. Tom Cruise, long hair. Antonio Banderas, longer hair. Very nearly kissed Brad Pitt. Oh, somebody asked me today, is two guys getting it on sexy to you? And I'm like, yeah. Why wouldn't it be? And yeah, and that scene, it's towards the end, and Santiago? No, Armand, that's it. Stephen Ree, by the way, Santiago. He's awesome too. But Antonio Banderas, Armand, is talking to Louis, which is Brad Pitt, and there's a point where he grips his face, just like both hands on his face, and he's getting closer and closer, and his voice is getting lower and lower. And I remember thinking, kiss him, kiss him, kiss him, kiss him! And he never did, but it was bloody close. Oh, I'm pure filth. Anyway, yeah, those are my two sexy films. And do you know what? If you ask me this next week, I'll probably change my mind because that's what I do. But that's what comes to mind when you ask me that question today. So that's the answer you're getting. Hooray! Question number 2. God, that was long. This was supposed to be a short episode. Question number 2. What do I do? Wait, what? What do I do for fun? I'm sure I've answered something like this before. Not that it matters though, because I'm fairly certain the answer's changed again. What do I do for fun? Well, Niantic has just dropped a fantastic update for Pokemon Go. They've completely, yes, you knew it was Pokemon. They've completely changed the structure of how gym battles work, and oh my god, there's a new one, so I've just turned my phone on so I could have a look. They've changed the structure of gym battles. They've introduced gym raids, which are awesome, by the way, and I'm playing again way more than I did, for the past couple of months, and I am loving it. It's so much fun. So yeah, I suppose if I get a moment free, then I do a bit of Pokemon. And there's also another game. Oh my god. You guys ever heard of Magikarp Jump? I thought it was a joke when I first heard about it. It's like, you can't make a game just out of Magikarp, you freaks. Oh, but they have. They have, and it's awesome. And I love it so much. Basically, you are a trainer who specialises in Magikarp, and your aim is to train your Magikarp to jump. That is actually it. And you train it by feeding it food and going through training sessions with it, and then you enter leagues. And the idea is that you train your Magikarp to jump higher and higher and higher and higher against other Magikarp and eventually beat the league. It's a clicker game, okay? It's a clicker game, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. And I've already capped out. I'm at level 73, and that's as high as you can go currently. So it's like, I'm just going to keep playing and collecting stuff for when the new update drops. But I love the game. So at the moment, what I do for fun really does just centre around bloody Pokemon. Because it's all Pokemon. Magikarp Jump and Pokemon Go. And of course, when I'm chilling on the sofa, I watch Pokemon as well. The obsession is real! Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, there you go, guys. That's what I do for fun. I revert to my inner 12-year-old and enjoy Pokemon. I enjoy that. Okay, do you know what? That's the end of today's episode. I need to stop talking because... 1, this was supposed to be a short episode, and 2, I'm just talking shit now. I'm making you think I am stranger than you already think I am. So, that's it. Thank you so much for listening to me today. Guys, it's wonderful having you on board with me. I am sorry, again, the episode was late. It was supposed to be out at lunchtime, but fail. We'll see what happens next week and see if I can actually manage to do these things on time. Until then, have a wonderful week. Enjoy yourselves. Try to behave. And if not, make sure nobody catches you. Until next week, guys. Bye, 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 bye. This has been an episode of Smut with Brains featuring myself, Raven Shadowhawk. If you'd like to get in contact with me or the shared brain, you can email through info@ravenshadowhawk.co.uk or hit us through Twitter on @IleandraXRaven. For further information and the episode archive, visit www.ravenshadowhawk.co.uk. All episodes to date arranged and edited by Leah Osborne. Opening and closing music sourced from Ben's Sound. Title, Sexy, of course. Stings feature further music from Purple Planet, Ben Sound and freesound.org. Track titles are Funky Element, Sunny and News Report Music.